jealousy and protective jealousy in today's world. Do some women want protective jealousy in a partner?
Protective as in how?
Like, if a guy starts talking to your girl and you, like, come up and you're like, hey, man. Like,
That's my girl?
That's my girl.
You guys if it doesn't come off as...
I do like it.
That's my girl.
I do like it.
To a certain extent.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of like it, too. I hate to say it, but I like it, too. But
that's
if
my
it's
woman.
like... But if it's, like, too controlling...
That's my woman.
Too controlling, too possessive, then, that's a completely different story.
Yeah, we're not talking about needy and insecure, but...
Yeah, needy and insecure, definitely
I've always found that women like it when you're not happy with other men hitting on your girl. You know, the idea is not to get mad. It's like if you see some dude trying to hit on your girl, just walk over to her and kiss her and hug her and make out with her right in front of the dude. She's yours, so, you know, you don't even need to introduce yourself. That's your girl.
Well, a lot of guys do
and
that.
Like, hey, who are you? What's your name?
A lot of guys do that. Like, I've had an instance where I was sitting somewhere with my
I don't need to ask his permission to go and take what's mine.
I've had an instance where I was sitting there with a boyfriend.
Right in front of him.
God damn it.
Lets him know who's boss. In a playful way. It's not angry or mean. Like, that's my girl. And you can be nice. You can be like, hey, Mom, I'm Corey. What's your name?
Anyways.
You talking to this crazy freak of mine?
I've had an instance where I was sitting with my boyfriend and I saw this other couple, like, looking at us or whatever. And I was still talking to my boyfriend at the time. And he goes to the bathroom. Well, lo and behold, as soon as he leaves, the guy comes up and asks if I wanted to go home with, he's like, leave that guy and come with us. Like, so when my boyfriend comes back, I told him what happened, and he was like, what? And so he goes up to the guy and was like, you wait till I leave to talk to my girlfriend? Like,
they want to share you. They want to share with you.
Yeah, well, he was not very happy at all. Like, they were about to brawl.
Maybe he was upset.
It's disrespectful.
Maybe he was upset because he wasn't included.
Well, no, it's
what if he wanted to join?
No, it's a disrespectful for a man to be sitting there and know you have a girlfriend or what have you to come up as soon as they leave to approach and talk to you.
No, it's definitely true.
Because it's kind of like being a vulture.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Are you sure he wasn't upset because that he didn't ask him? Maybe.
Well,
maybe he wanted to join. You never know.
No,
what that tells me is that guy that came over and did that is a little worm. He's a little backstabbing bitch, and he's a bitch of a man. Any man that does something devious like that is like, I would never feel threatened by a guy like that. That would just tell me how pathetic that dude is. That's the kind of guy that's going to hit on your wife or hit on your girlfriend when you're not around. And you don't want people like that around you. That's pathetic and weak because the dude had no chance. So it shouldn't even worry you. But if he comes over and starts talking to you or whatever, you can tell him is like, that's not cool, dude. I go to the bathroom and you sneak over here to talk to my girl. It's like, that's very rude. I mean, because you can escalate it and it can turn into a fight, and that dude could pull out a gun or stab you in the neck or in the chest and hit you in the heart and you're dead.
No, he pulled out.
So it's never worth it to pick a fight because you never know who you're dealing with. It's always better to just kind of laugh at him because he's pathetic and proceed to make out with your girl and maybe grab her boob or put your hand up her skirt or whatever right in front of him, and do what you want.
Your girl like that?
No, not at all. If you're really into each other and you've been making out and your hand's been going up and down her leg and maybe in a way that hides it, obviously not obvious, but
wait, so I might have misunderstood something. Did this guy have a girlfriend as well?
Yeah, it was a couple, and they were
Were they looking for like a third?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We were at a bar restaurant, and we were sitting outside having some drinks, and we were talking like intimately. And then my boyfriend goes away and goes to the bathroom, and then as soon as that happened, the guy comes up, and then they got.
Oh, I thought it was a bunch of dudes hanging out.
Oh, it was a couple, and the guy came up.
That's why I made that joke to
Jade.
So
he invited you to
go
hang out with him and his girlfriend or wife or whoever she was.
He's like, "Why don't you come sit over here with us?"
Well, they say three's a party.
That's why I was making the joke to Jade. What if, like, her boyfriend at the time wanted to join?
That guy was a douche.
Hell,
still a douche. That's stupid on his part because he could do that because he assumed your boyfriend was a punk, and that he could pull something like that off. But that from a perspective of a man that understands violence, that's how you get killed.
That guy's the guy that did it is a police officer because when my boyfriend got in his face, he was like flip flop.
That was a cop that did that?
Yeah.
That's messed
And then
up.
they got kicked out because they almost got in a fight, and the guy
What a
pushed
douche.
him, and he was like,
Unfortunately, a lot of cops are scumbags. That's a fact of
Respect
life.
my authority.
yeah.
He's
and
a douche.
my boyfriend's like, it was six
They
something.
cheat a
The guy
lot.
was
They
like
cheat
5
on their
something.
wives. The wives
he a
cheat on their
short king?
husbands.
He was Napoleon.
I've coached a lot of people in
Syndrome.
law enforcement over the years, and it's, unfortunately, there's a lot of that shit. I've had a lot of friends and family that have served in law enforcement. There's a lot of, and people in the different alphabet agencies, and one of the things I hear all the time is, I met some of the best people in my life in law enforcement, but I've also met the absolute worst fucking dirtbags also in law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
And there are lots of dirty cops out there, and that guy is probably a dirty cop. He's just a douche.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
He's a douche canoe.
Honestly, if that dude was looking for a third, he's better off going to like a swingers bar or like a nude beach
Oh no,
for all I
it's,
know.
it's
Like,
a place
why-
where it's known for like
Yeah.
where guys go to pick up girls.
It's a huge like nude beaches and
town.
swingers bars. Swingers bars are like a huge cesspool of like swingers and like people looking for thirds and
Last time
Yes,
I
I
went to a nude beach,
You're not
it
gonna
was
find
literally
me
all
there.
old men, and
You're not gonna find me at those places.
you're not
That's
going to
the
find a lot of
point.
women there. I will say that, unless you're
My grandfather used to
overseas.
go there with my grandma. Back to your story, it's, if your boyfriend had just gone up, if he was like a hothead type dude and just punched that guy, what would happen? He would have gotten arrested for assaulting a police officer.
The guy pushed him, and then he pushed him, and the guy went like this, and he
Oh,
goes
the
like,
cop pushed him first?
yes, and then the guy goes flip flap because my boyfriend pushed him, and he went up against the wall.
Oh, so your boyfriend did push him. He put his hands on him
Yeah,
first?
and then the guy goes like this, and then the manager of the place we were at saw the whole thing and told them that they had to leave because we told them what happened, and he was like, and my boyfriend at the time knew everybody around like the town and around Florida. He was like, you need to leave.
Yeah, even though you want to punch the guy, it's just never, in that case, it's just not worth it.
Well, he pushed him first, so
At the
leave
end of the
what you say.
day, she's going home with you, so it's not worth it.
True.
But at the end of the day, that cop, he's going to do that to the wrong person sometime. He's going to get the shit kicked out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Or worse.